Imagine you are in a crowded room, filled with voices shouting to be heard. Yet, no matter how loud the noise, one person stands quietly, unmoved, calm, and strong. What makes them different? How do they show their worth without saying a single word? Have you ever wondered why some people don't need to speak much, yet everyone respects them deeply? Or why sometimes the most powerful presence is the one who stays silent and steady? Think about your own life. When was the last time you felt truly seen? Not for what you said, but for who you were. How often do we try to prove our value through empty words, only to feel unnoticed or misunderstood? There is a different way, a deeper way, where your actions and your calm control speak louder than any argument or boast. Welcome to Book Boost, where we dive into truths that transform. If you find power in silence, strength in self-control, and courage in calmness, make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe to our channel. Your journey to mastering your inner self starts here. Please drop down your one thought on believe in yourself in comments. Your voice matters to us. True value is not in the noise we make, but in the quiet strength we hold inside. A person who controls their emotions and actions does not need to shout. Like the ancient Stoic philosophers said, no man is free who is not master of himself. This mastery is shown in patience, in steadiness, and in facing difficulties without losing calm. When anger, fear, or sadness arise, it is our choice to either let them control us or to rise above them. Every small act of self-control is a step toward greatness. When you refuse to react to insults or distractions, when you quietly do what is right even if no one watches, you show your true value. It is in these moments that your character speaks loudly. You become a living example of strength, and others cannot help but notice. Remember the words of Epictetus. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. We can choose silence over rash words, calm over chaos. This is how we build a presence that commands respect, not through talking, but through being, through discipline, through patience, and through unwavering focus. This is the path of those who understand that showing your value does not require noise. It requires inner strength, and it demands we overcome destructive emotions every day. Let us walk this path together, learning how to stand firm in a world that often praises loudness over depth. Stay with us as we explore more ways to embody this quiet power. Because when we control ourselves, we control our destiny. Mastering the inner fortress, overcoming destructive emotions to radiate strength. To live without being controlled by anger, fear, or sadness is not an easy task. Yet, this is where true power lies. We often think that the world around us shapes who we are, but the truth is much deeper. It is how we respond inside that shapes our spirit. Imagine your mind as a fortress. Outside, storms rage and enemies gather, but inside, calm and strength must remain. This inner fortress is what makes a person truly valuable, showing power without shouting, presence without noise. Many believe that emotions like anger or fear are signs of weakness or failure. But they are natural. What matters is not their arrival, but how we handle them. The ancient Stoics taught us that these emotions become destructive only when we let them rule us. We have the power to decide whether to be a slave to our feelings or a master of them. This choice defines us. Think about a river. When it is calm, it reflects the sky and flows smoothly. But when storm winds blow, the river becomes wild and turbulent. Our minds are the same. When we learn to control our emotions, we become like the calm river, clear, strong, and steady. When we do not, we become chaotic and weak. Epictetus said, "Don't explain your philosophy. Embody it." This means it is not enough to say we control our emotions. We must live it, breathe it, show it. When frustration arises, instead of reacting with anger or words we may regret, we pause. We breathe. We remind ourselves that this moment, like all others, is temporary. This pause is not weakness, but strength. It is the first wall of the fortress. We often measure success by what others see, our achievements, our words, or our outward power. But true success is quiet. It is the ability to face hardship without losing yourself. Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest Stoics, reminded us, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This means that no matter how dark the outside world becomes, your inner fortress can remain untouched. The struggle is real. Every day, life challenges us. People test our patience. Situations push us to the edge. But with each test, we have a choice: to give in to the storm or stand firm, to lash out or stay silent, to break or be stronger. This choice shapes our character far more than any external victory. Overcoming destructive emotions does not mean ignoring or burying them. It means understanding them, seeing their root, and refusing to let them control your actions. Anger may come from feeling wronged. Fear may come from uncertainty about the future. Sadness may come from loss. These feelings are human, but we can decide what to do with them. Consider Seneca's wisdom. We suffer more often in imagination than in reality. Much of our pain comes not from what happens, but from how we imagine it will affect us. When we train our mind to see events clearly, without exaggeration or fear, we free ourselves from unnecessary suffering. This clarity is the light inside the fortress. It is also important to remember that self-control is a muscle. It grows stronger with use. Each time you choose calm over chaos, your inner strength grows. Each time you refuse to react impulsively, you build a foundation that cannot be shaken. It does not happen overnight, but with patience and practice, it becomes a natural way of being. We must also recognize that the world is unpredictable. We cannot control what others say or do, or the events that unfold, but we can always control our response. This is the true power of the Stoic mind. When we stop wasting energy on things beyond our control, we save our strength for what matters: our own behavior and attitude. There is a deep freedom in this realization. When you stop chasing approval or fearing judgment, you begin to live for yourself. You become your own master. Others may try to provoke you, but if your fortress is strong, their words fall like arrows that cannot penetrate your walls. You do not need to prove anything. Your value shines in your calm presence. In times of stress, remind yourself, this too shall pass. This simple truth is a shield against despair. Life moves in cycles. Difficult moments do not last forever. Holding on to this truth steadies your heart and mind. We also learn from the example of those who came before us. The philosophers who lived this way not just in books, but in battle, in leadership, and in hardship. Their lives teach us that to show value without words is to be unwavering, to meet pain with patience, to face fear with courage, to confront anger with understanding. This path is not easy. It demands we watch ourselves closely. It requires honesty and humility. Sometimes we will fail, lose control, or fall into old habits. But the greatest strength is to rise again, to keep building the fortress even after cracks appear. Remember, the world rewards those who can hold their ground quietly. True power is not in boasting or loudness, but in the calm eye of the storm. When we master ourselves, we become like a lighthouse, steady and bright, guiding others without speaking. Our journey is ongoing. Every day is a new battle, a new opportunity to strengthen our fortress. By overcoming destructive emotions, we reveal our deepest worth. We show that true value is silent but unmistakable. Let us continue this journey together, learning how to stand tall in silence, how to embody strength without words, and how to live as examples of calm, unshakable presence in a restless world. The unshakable presence, cultivating self-control and fortitude in every moment. To stand firm in the storm is the mark of true strength. When everything around us shakes, when voices rise and chaos threatens to overwhelm, the person who remains steady shows a power far greater than any shouted word or grand gesture. This power comes not from force or loudness, but from deep within, from self-control and fortitude. These qualities build an unshakable presence that no outside event can disturb. We live in a world full of distractions and emotions pulling us every which way. Anger, fear, jealousy, and sadness. They are like wild winds trying to knock us down. But the one who masters these emotions, who keeps a steady heart and calm mind, does not merely survive, they thrive. Such a person carries an invisible shield, not of armor but of discipline, quiet strength, and inner peace. The ancient wisdom of the Stoics teaches us that the true battlefield is within. Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest Stoic emperors, said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This is not a promise of ease. It is a challenge. It means in every moment, no matter what happens, we decide how we respond. This choice is where our freedom and our power lie. To cultivate this unshakable presence, we first learn to recognize destructive emotions as they arise. They are not enemies to fight with rage or avoid with fear, but signals to observe. When anger surges, we pause and breathe. When fear creeps in, we remind ourselves it is only a feeling, not a command. We do not let emotions control our actions. Instead, we control our emotions. This is easier said than done, of course. Every day brings moments testing our patience and resolve. Someone's harsh words may sting. A sudden problem might fill us with dread. But each time, we choose. Will we react in haste or respond with calm? Will we allow ourselves to be shaken, or will we stand firm like an ancient oak, roots deep in the earth? Fortitude is not weakness in disguise. It is strength cultivated quietly, day by day. It is the courage to face pain, disappointment, or failure without breaking. When life pushes us down, fortitude helps us rise again, steadily and without complaint. Seneca, another great Stoic, taught that a gem cannot be polished without friction, nor a man perfected without trials. The hardships we face do not weaken us. They are the very fire that tempers our character. When we practice self-control, we learn to value silence over noise. We do not need to justify ourselves with endless explanations or loud defenses. Our calmness becomes our statement. Others see it and are drawn to it. The unshakable presence does not demand attention. It commands respect naturally, like the steady flow of a river that carves valleys without force. This presence grows from small, daily habits. Controlling our tongue when anger wants to speak. Choosing patience when impatience screams. Holding our peace when others seek to provoke. Each moment is an opportunity to practice. Over time, these moments build a strong fortress within us, one no storm can tear down. Remember, it is not about being perfect. Even the greatest philosophers struggled with their emotions. What matters is the effort to rise each time we fall, to remind ourselves that we are not slaves to our feelings, but masters of them. This awareness gives us true freedom and peace. As we build this inner fortress, we also grow more aware of what truly matters. External approval, material wealth, and fleeting pleasures lose their grip on us. Our value no longer depends on what others say or think. Instead, it flows from our integrity, discipline, and calm courage. This is the foundation of lasting respect. Respect that no words can create or destroy. In the quiet moments, when no one watches, our true character is revealed. Do we allow anger to take root, or do we uproot it before it grows? Do we give in to fear, or do we stand tall and move forward anyway? These choices shape us more than any public display of strength ever could. To live with this unshakable presence is to live fully and freely. It means embracing life's challenges without losing ourselves. It means carrying a calm heart into every situation and showing the world that our value lies not in loud claims, but in quiet resilience. So let us strive together to build this presence within. Let us remember that every day is a chance to strengthen our self-control and deepen our fortitude. Because when we do, we become a force that no storm can break, a light that no darkness can dim. We become the masters of ourselves, and in doing so, we show our true value, without saying a single word.